This is the Mace. Come on. And that's a warden at full health. Come on. So this is the Mace, Minecraft's first brand new weapon in who knows how long, and after watching me one-shot a warden with it, you might be confused as to why it takes me 3 hits to take out an ordinary pillager. So let's go back to the beginning. As with nearly every snapshot video from Minecraft 1.21, we must first return to the trial chamber, where you'll now notice that when I slay the breezes, they actually drop breeze rods instead of wind charges, so they're much more consistent with the blazes, just kind of the overworld breezy variants of them. And these breeze rods, God, I'm probably gonna die from the poison, can be crafted into wind charges. You get 4 per, and it is affected by looting, so you can get massive amounts of wind charges farmed up with a looting 3 sword. Stop it, man! And you can use those for, well, some pretty sick combat stuff. Very, very coming soon. After I try not to die here. Fast forward to clearing the room, and I'm pretty sure the breezes are actually after me in real life as well, because there's like 50-mile-an-hour gusts outside. But anyway, we collect a couple of trial keys, which actually were the loot drop out about these trial spawners somehow, even though I gave some to myself earlier. Anyway, if we head on over to the item vaults, I don't know if we're actually going to get lucky right now. Probably not, but there have been new loot tables implemented, and it's trying to prioritize items that can stack rather than a bunch of unstackable stuff, and they've shifted the loot tables around. But one of the items that you can get out of here is something called a heavy core. And like I said, I don't know that we'll actually get one here. However, we'll just open these up, check the loot tables, and we did actually get one of the new things, which is the banner pattern for the flow pattern. We have one more opportunity here. Heavy core, is it gonna happen? There it is. I swear I didn't actually NBT this thing, we just happened to get it. So the heavy core is the key to making the mace. Now, there's also new items that you can get out of the item vault. So you can get 2 new banner patterns, Flow and Guster. We have the Bolt and the Flow armor trims. You can get wind charges, which aren't a new item, obviously, but now they can just be ejected by the item vaults. And of course, the heavy core, which is the holy grail. What we're going for in order to be able to craft the mace. All right, the way you make the mace is very easy. Once you have the heavy core, most likely you're gonna have a breeze rod, and you just take a breeze rod and the heavy core on top of it, and you have yourself a mace. Before we get into too much detail though, just a quick little glance at the other new things that come from the trial chamber now. So here's the armor trims. This is the Flow with gold on netherite, and this is the Bolt with gold on netherite. And then the banner patterns, this is the Flow banner pattern with blue and white, and this is a Guster banner pattern with blue on white once again. And also, there are new pottery shards that are in the loot tables that you can find inside of the trial chamber. So this is the scrape that you can see right here. We also have the Flow and the Guster, and we can just see a little bit more if we look around the pot here. And just a quick look at some of the new stuff. But of course, the mace is what everybody is most interested in, most likely. And as you probably gathered, the mace does damage proportional to how far you've fallen before you hit your target. So if we spawn a hoglin here, right, and we just start taking swings at it, well, I haven't done a fall before I've hit it, so it's actually going to take a while to be able to start dealing damage. On the other hand, we can start climbing up here, right? Jumping off a couple... Man, you really had to go do that to me. Unbelievable. Juked out of the way. If we jump off a couple blocks, it does the, effect of when it hits the ground. However, it still took 4 hits there, so just the 2 blocks didn't really do very much for us. If we move up a little bit more, you can hear the thunk, and then, okay, now it's 3 hits, so we dealt some initial damage. A little bit more with that first jump. Okay, let's try it from the 3rd up here, and there we go, and then 2 hits now. And then let's bring it up a little bit higher, up to the orange here, and let's see, we can do 1 hit. So I don't know the exact damage calculation curve formula that they put into play here, but as you can see, the higher that you jump, the more damage that you're gonna do. Now, the really cool thing is, you saw I'm in creative right there. However, as you saw in the Warden clip, I was in survival. So if you land your hit, Let's try the high dive in survival. There we go. See? No fall damage and 1 hit. It's so cool. And so, obviously, all of this ties into the wind charges. These things, it's like extreme synergy here, right? So you wind charge and then go in for the hit, and then you deal extra damage on the first one, then you follow it up. Or, of course, you could have like a sword as well, and then you do this, you wind charge in, boom, and then follow it up with the sword or something like that. I mean, oh, it's so cool, dude. This is the first time that they have ever implemented some sort of like high skill combo that you're able to do in PvP or PvE, and was just not expecting this as we come into what I figured would be like the tail end of snapshot updates for 1.21. And of course, the cool thing about synergizing this with the wind charges is that, of course, when you're using the wind charge, you don't take fall damage as it is, as long as you're landing at the same Y value or higher as where you took off. Now, I'm not doing a great job here. I am wearing netherite armor. There we go, taking one down. But it really mitigates your risk that even if you miss the mace hit, like, you're still protected by having the wind charge prevent you from taking the crazy fall damage. As you just saw there, when I did the hit, it also did an AoE effect to the other hoglins in the vicinity, kind of knocked them up in the air, which is another effect that the mace deals to any adjacent thing. Ow, terrible jump. Any adjacent animals or targets nearby, they get launched in the air. It's just pretty good. Just gotta get it right. There we go. Now, if you try to fall from world height, it's pretty difficult to get your hit perfect, but you can do it. I did actually read that it's not a full world height fall that you need to do to slay a warden. It's 137 blocks is what I read. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. Read it on the Minecraft subreddit, but it seems like it's probably about right. As it stands right now, and this could change, there is no damage cap to the mace with how far you fall, as you could tell. So I don't know if they'll change that before the full release, but the mace is very cool. It's really awesome. And man, it's actually a really cool update that's come together here. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.